Okay, now we're on to toning. So when toning the hair, it is a technique. So many times I hear from clients, so many times I hear from other stylists saying, okay, I need to go grab my toner. We need to be really, really, really aware of the vocabulary we're using when we're around other stylists in front of our clients, because they pick up this lingo and they take it another way. So toning and filling are two different things. We're going to go over toning first. Toning is a technique. Filling is a technique. Toner is not a thing. Toning is a technique where you take a color and you tone down by applying that color and letting it process. Most of the time when we're toning, we tone down to cancel unwanted tones. So for example, say I use lightener. My client Brittany is a level 4 naturally. She had virgin hair. We did a full baby light on her. We rinsed her out, fresh blonde. She got to a level 8, so her hair will look orange yellow. When you're at a level 8, the underlying pigment for a level 8 is orange yellow. So when you have the orange yellow color, you know you're a level 8. The longer you do this and the more you go on with your career, the more you'll be able to do it by eye really easily. And you don't need to use a chart. I don't ever use the chart. I know Guy Tang has one where he has the underlying pigment and the hair color level, so you can see what the underlying pigment looks like for the level you're at. Like I said, the underlying pigment for a level 7 is orange. The underlying pigment for a level 5 is red. So if you're lifting these colors, that's how you'll know. Your goal, and most people's goal, is to lift to that beautiful inside of a banana pale yellow. That is a level 10. When you lift to a real yellow, and just yellow, that's a level 9. So say my client Brittany was a level 4, we lifted her to a level 8, and now I want to tone her. I prefer, when toning, to use a demi-permanent. There's no rules saying you can't use a permanent color, but what I find is when toning with a permanent color, okay, let's say I want to tone with a permanent level 8, and I would use a level 8 blue violet, okay? Blue will counteract that orange, and the violet will counteract the yellow. Most level 8s are going to be blue violet, or they'll have some sort of something like that in most lines for you to tone. Remember, every level is designed for that underlying pigment or to counteract that underlying pigment. So if I use a level 8 permanent with even 10 volume, and I placed it all over her hair and toned her at the bowl, within a few minutes, I will notice that she will have, where her natural level 4 was, a little bit of a lift in the base. Almost like base bumping, like I talked about earlier. No matter if you're using a 10 volume with a permanent color and it's just deposit only, you will still have a little bit of that lift. So now her level 4 is going to look really, really warm, and it's going to look like a lot more red, and it's going to lift it to almost a 5. So now I have these level 8 beautiful highlights, but now the base color has been lifted a little bit. That 10 volume that I use with that permanent line is deposit only when you just want to deposit the color, but alkaline is actually in the permanent color. So even if I didn't use the developer and I just put the color all over the hair, it's going to lift that hair to deposit. It's going to lift that hair. It's alkaline. It's going to open that cuticle. I prefer using a demi-permanent. Most demi-permanents are acidic and they're below 10 volume, and you get absolutely no lift. It just literally stains the hair and lowers the pH. So I would go in and use Shades EQ's 8V or 8VB, which is a violet blue. I love Shades EQ. They have so many options, and that's why I love toning all over with them. I love using Joico Lumishine for root toning. I love Goldwell Colorants for the 7N, 7NA root shadow. And I love 10B, 10P, 10P, 10N, 10N, 10G. They have great toners, and I love toning with the level 10s with them, because back in the day, Shades EQ didn't have level 10s. But I love how Shades EQ has an 8VB. It's literally a violet blue. Level 8, you have orange yellow. So you need the blue for the orange, the violet for the yellow. That will counteract all that, and I will have a beautiful medium blonde. And that natural level 4 color will not budge. It will be the same exact color it was, because demi-permanent color doesn't affect the color that's darker than it. Basically, since she has a level 4 that is darker, the natural hair color, than the 8 level highlight. So if I'm using a level 8, a level 7, a level 6, it will not affect her natural hair color that's a level 4 unless I'm using a 4 or lower. I hope that makes sense, you guys. Another thing I want to talk about is filling. So you know how I said before that all of our hair from levels 1 to 10 have underlying pigment, and that's what keeps our hair color in. So the lighter you are naturally, the less underlying pigment you have. The darker your hair is, the more harder it is to bleach it and go through a lot of ugly red, copper, gold. Okay, so when people go blonde, and I just took Brittany to a level 8, and she has low lights naturally, which was her natural hair that was left out, level 4. And now she has beautiful, cool toned, blonde, medium blonde, level 8 highlights. Say she wants to come back in a week and she's like, Brett, I don't like this. The blonde's not me. I would like to go darker. You have to, at that point, take in account from how far you have lifted her, what underlying pigment we have erased, because the bleach will go in and eat away at the hair and get rid of all of that red, all of that orange, all of that yellow. So that is no longer existent. So she wants to go back to a natural level 4 and match her natural color, but she doesn't have any orange. She doesn't have any red. So what do? It's called filling. It's a technique. I prefer to fill with demi-permanent on my blondes. I do a lot of blonding, so I don't like to use a lot of permanent color. You can use permanent color. It's just a technique, just like toning. So what I would do in this situation, I'm at a level 8, okay? Her natural color is a level 4. That's 4 levels that we have to go down. Another tip of advice for me is remember in your head, anytime your client is a level 7 or lighter and blonder, you have to use warm. You cannot use an ash color. Now all that underlying pigment is gone, so I have to lower her 4 levels. If I go and just throw a level 4N, which is a neutral, on her hair, Brittany's hair will turn green and her hair will wash right out. The color will wash out within a few washes and it will look very hollow. She has nothing for that color to grab onto. So I have to add back 4 levels of color. I have to now take into account what underlying pigment is missing and put it back in. So a level 8 is orange yellow. So we're missing the orange, which is a level 7. We're missing the red orange, which is a level 6. We're missing the red, which is a level 5. So we have 4 colors that we need to add back into her hair. Now with toning, I'm going to keep it easy for you guys today for like this beginner's course, but there's many different ways to go about filling. But in school, they teach us that you have to fill the hair every 2 levels and then you have to apply the color. So if you're new into the industry, I would suggest taking a level 7 copper, a level 5 red, and then applying it all over the hair. I would prefer demi-permanent. You can use permanent. I would apply that all over the hair, let that process, wash that color off, blow dry her if you had to. You don't have to with demi-color. Lumishine Shades EQ, the best thing about them is that you can apply to wet hair. But say you wanted to blow dry, you blow dried her and it's all red and orange and nasty. Then you take that level 4N or 4NA if she wants a more cooler dark brown or medium brown. So I know it sounds confusing. It's like, oh wait, we just filled the hair with copper and red and now we're going to put an ash on there. But now that that hair has that red and that copper and those warm colors back, if we just apply a 4N, she's going to have a really, really, really warm red brown. She wants to match her natural color, which is a regular medium brown. I would throw a 4N with half 4NA in there just to get that natural ash in there to counteract some of that red and that warmth that's underneath the hair. I hope that makes sense. Also, another way you can do it is what I tend to do. Say I'm doing a low light and my client's like platinum blonde and she wants to add some level 8 or 7 low lights, but she wants them to be cool, not warm. It can get tricky. And I know in the heat of the moment, we start getting worked up where like my client wants ash and wants a cool color, but I have to add warmth in the hair to fill it or it will turn green. Trust me, you have to add that warmth, especially above a level 7. If you don't, it will turn green on a blonde with no problem. I mean, it will turn green. And then it's even more of a headache. So just do it the right way. If a client of mine wanted to stay pretty cool and they were a level 10 and we were adding low lights to give them some dimension, I would do 7N, which is a neutral, and I would add 7G, which is gold, gold because I'm going down 2 or 3 levels, and 7 is orange, but I don't need that copper necessarily. I'm going to use gold. That should be enough. And I could do half the gold in my formula or a quarter of the gold in my formula and the other 3/4 an N. But it's very risky if you break the rules, if you don't know what you're doing, because it will turn green if you don't have the right ingredients. So this is another video for a more experience. Today we're just touching the basics, but I'll go over this in another video for you guys and my tips and tricks personally. Okay guys, so the last thing I want to talk about today in today's video is lightener, aka bleach. Bleach has a bad reputation. Bleach has a bad name. Bleach is damaging. There's no way out of that. No ands, if, or buts. Bleach is damaging. When you bleach your hair, you think of your hair as a straw. The bleach is alkaline, and out of a 14, the highest on the pH scale, bleach is around a 13. It's as strong as a perm or a relaxer. It opens that cuticle, it goes in, and think of Pac-Man. It eats everything up, and it breaks through all that pigment. So it's eating the red, it's eating the orange, it's eating the yellow until there's nothing left. Every time you lighten the hair, the same hair, the more it pokes holes into it. When your hair gets to that pale yellow, like almost white, a lot of people want that, but they don't realize that's when your hair barely has anything left. So it's very fragile. You really have to take care of it. If you want to be blonde, you have to use Fanola's NutriCare Restructuring Mask, the shampoo, conditioner, Olaplex number 4 and 5 shampoo and conditioner, Olaplex number 3 at home treatment, the level number 7 oil, Fanola's NutriCare Restructuring Serum. You guys need to invest in the products to take care of your hair. If you're gonna pay $300 for your hair to be blonde, I don't get how people go and buy a $3 shampoo. You need sulfate, paraben, silicone-free shampoo, and you need to use the best products. The lighter you want your hair, the more maintenance and self-care it takes. Now, I believe bleach has a bad name. Yeah, it does. We all know that. But I want you guys to look at it in a different light. Us stylists always blame the product. Somebody's hair falls out. Oh my God, the bleach. You already knew it was so bad, blah, 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 blah. You gotta remember, bleach is meant to do one thing and it doesn't have a brain. It's meant to do one thing. It's gonna do it. The person using it is the one responsible for what happens. So yeah, bleach is damaging. We all know that. You want to go lighter? It's going to require a little damage, but you have to keep up with the maintenance and the self-care and the treatments and getting protein treatments and getting the restructuring mask and shampoo and conditioner. I have so many clients that want to be blonde, but they never want to take care of their hair. You can't have blonde hair and have it somewhat decent and healthy-ish without taking care of it. If you want blonde hair and you don't want to buy the right shampoo, the right conditioner, the right treatments, you want to use Dove, you want to use Pantene, you could be blonde, but your hair is going to break off, it's going to shed, it's going to fly away in the wind when you're walking, it's going to be all cotton candy and fried, and nothing, in my opinion, is worse than fried blonde hair. Blonde can be gorgeous. Blonde is a luxury, and it's amazing if you take care of it and you have a stylist who does the best they can do with it. Now, back in the day, bleach was, the rule was you bleach it once, it's blonde. You bleach it twice, it's gone. We've come so far with technology. Every couple of months I try new lighteners because everybody's revamping their lighteners. You know, Olaplex, it was a revolutionary tool, came along a couple years ago. It allowed us to take bleach and take people's hair and overlap bleach and take the hair further than we ever could before while keeping it healthier longer. Does bleach still damage? Yes, it does, but it doesn't damage as much as it did before Olaplex. Olaplex is more pricier. If you're a stylist, you know you should tack on a little bit of extra money or include it into your foiling menu or blonding menu like I do and have it built in there, because I refuse to do any lightener or bleach without Olaplex or without Fanola's version of Olaplex, which is Fiber Fix. Those are the only two I use. They're both really good. I love Olaplex. I've had a great relationship with them. I love Fanola. I have an amazing relationship with them. You guys know I'm a Fanola insider, and I love both of them. It's amazing. It's revolutionary, but at the same time, we still have to take care of our hair. Here's another thing. A lot of bleaches are coming out with their their own bond builder built into the actual bleach. You all know I love Schwarzkopf Lamy for the longest. I actually used that on my hair when I went blonde. I had red, I had dark, I had past black, all on my hair, and I got this color in one session. Blonde Me is amazing. I love Goldwell Oxycure. That's my new favorite. I love Fanola's lighteners. There's a lot of great equipment out there, but you got to be willing to spend the money and willing to take care of it and use it. All right, guys, I hope I taught you a ton today. If you guys like videos like this, let me know down in the comments below. Give me some video ideas. I'll do some more during this time of quarantine. I also have some plans with close friends and my family to do some hair videos coming real soon here. Even though we're during quarantine, I could still do my mom's or do a cousin or something at my house and be safe wearing masks or whatever and do a model. So I have videos coming, guys. I'm sorry I took a week or two off, but it was getting tiring and stressful with everything going on and constantly hearing it on the news and constantly hearing all these things. So I let my page go. I needed a little break. First time in a year since I had the page, I took a break, but it was well worth it, and now I'm back. If this is your first time watching my video, I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to go check out all the other 69 videos I have. This is just the beginning. Please feel free to join the family. Hit the little bell so you're notified every week when I post. I post every Tuesday at 4 p.m. And, you know, share the video with friends and family who might be interested in my content. And don't forget to give me, Brett Ryan, a big fat thumbs up if you liked it. I love you guys. Constructive criticism is always welcome down below. Let me know if you have any. I love you guys so much. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy. And until next time, so long for now.